The area of a circle is going to be made by taking the radius at 90 degrees and making a radius square. Okay, so this is radius at 90 degrees, and we get this r squared. So we need to start with the r squared, and about 3.14, or pi of them, a little bit more than 3 of those squares, will fit into the circle, so we use pi r squared. So this one is a hard one to kind of visualize because it's hard to actually see how the squares fit into the circle, but this is where we get pi r squared. Okay, so our formula is pi r squared. We need to make the square first, and then we multiply it by pi. So the area of these shapes then, we can draw, if we ever need to, we can actually draw in the actual squares and then count them all up in a grid, but we should start getting more confident that if we just do length times width, as long as the two lines that we're going to use, this line here, so this line here, the length, and this line here, the width, as long as they are at 90 degrees to each other, we know that length times width is going to make the number of squares. So it's going to give us 180 centimeter squares on the grid. With the triangle, as long as the length and width are at 90 degrees, so there's our height, there's our base, here. They are at 90 degrees, so base times height, so 8 times 20, and we only want half of it because it's a triangle. We end up with 80 centimeters squared. With the circle, we're going to take the 10 centimeter radius and make a square from this, so that we have 100 centimeters squared. Okay, and we know that that area is not the whole circle, but if we times that area by pi, so pi times 100 centimeters squared is going to give us the area of the circle. This, as a decimal, is about 314 centimeters squared, approximately. When we have these composite shapes, we can break these down into other parts. So I'm going to calculate this rectangle here. Oops, that doesn't look like a rectangle. So my rectangle here, this is going to be 12 times 9, which is going to be 84 centimeters squared. And then I'm going to work out the area of this triangle here separately. So this triangle, I have the height is 7. I need to know the width here, and I can find that width by subtracting the bottom length with the top length. So I know that's going to be 3. So that's going to be 3 times 7. That's 21, but I only want half of it. So it's going to be 10.5 centimeters squared. So the total area is going to be 84 plus 10 is 94.5 centimeters squared.